Economic growth is obviously very important, as is government regulation. The entire point of government regulation is to make sure that economic growth doesn't happen at the expense of private rights or public health and safety. Regulation is appropriate in the liability system when you do harm to other people. That's true if you're an individual or a business. The liability system does a great job, but there are types of harms, such as pollution, where regulations might be necessary because the liability system isn't sufficient. But those government regulations should be specific and limited to those very specific situations. There are two other types of government regulations that I have a big problem with. One is the command and control type of regulation, where bureaucrats in Washington or in Richmond tell you how to run your business because they think they're better calculators of risk and harm. The other type is cronyist regulations, where a large company or a small company or an industry will lobby the government, whether it's the legislators or the regulators, for regulations that increase the cost of doing business, increase the cost of competition, to force competitors out of the industry or to force potential market entrants out of the industry. Both those two latter types of regulations are inappropriate, and we have way too many of them. I believe that we can deregulate a lot of industries, getting rid of the cronyist regulations, getting rid of the command and control, and focusing specifically on the appropriate types of regulations and returning to a system of liability through the courts. I also believe in federalism. I think that the federal government has gotten into too much regulation of industry that is better done at the state level. I'm the only person who's going to be vigilant and support the public interest in fighting against cronyism and the use of regulatory agencies to increase the cost of business and close out markets.